Hey y'all, welcome back to the Girl Talk Oracle podcast. I'm your host Kiera. Over here on this podcast, we get into all things self-love, leveling up, healing, and becoming the best version of yourself. Let's go ahead and get into this week's episode. I just want to give a brief check-in to see how y'all are doing and let y'all know how I'm doing. I'm feeling good, looking good, vibes is here, vibe check is in, okay. How are y'all though? Like, how are y'all doing? How's y'all mental? How y'all been? How y'all feeling? What's going on in y'all's life? Okay, please let me know down in the comments. Okay, enough about me. I'm doing good. Like I said, feel good. Just turned 30. I'm like 6 months in now. October, November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, I'm 6 months into 30, and I can say I'm a little happy. I don't know. Like I feel like Saturn has left my sign of Pisces and I'm out. Like I don't think I'm officially over with my Saturn return, but it's out of Pisces and that's my first house. It's out. Okay, so I'm a little happy about that. Um I just feel like I don't know. I feel like I can accomplish the world, okay? Um so I just been on this whole like glow up, like I'm getting this back in blood, okay? Like I'm on this whole glow up era right now. Like I'm literally in my glow up phase. And I thought I was in a glow up phase like a couple of years ago. No, this right here is my glow up phase. Like I'm literally tapped in. I'm ready to like just hit the ground running and don't look back. Tunnel vision. Like nothing is blocking me, nothing is stopping me, okay? Like I'm literally in an era of my life where I feel nothing can hold me back. As simple as that. Nothing and no one can stop me but the universe. Now, the universe will grab me by my ankles and shake me around. But other than that, I'm as good as gold, okay? Um, like turning 30, I will say, like, one of the key takeaways to turning 30 is like you literally feel the same. You literally feel the same. Like, there's nothing, I don't understand why younger women fear it. It's nothing you do get more clarity. I think the mindset that I have now, I did not have in my early 20s, but I do think I have an older soul, so I kind of matured a little bit faster than most, but there were still some things that like I think about now that the way I would have handled them then would be different, but that's just what life in general, like you go back and you think about stuff the way you handle it and you're like I would have did that a little bit different. But as far as like being 30, I don't know. There's no I'm not afraid of getting old. Like it's never been a issue with me, like with getting old or like, becoming the elders, you know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, I'm a bit wiser. Okay. Um, but yeah, let me know down in the comments how y'all are feeling and how old are y'all? Like, are y'all in y'all 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, 20s, early 20s, mid 20s? If you in your early 20s watching me, hey sister. Because I'm TT now, so let's go ahead and get into Oracle Corner. So in this Oracle Corner, we're going to be talking about inner transformation and confidence because I believe wholeheartedly that no matter what you look like on the outside, if your inside is not worked out, you're not going to feel it. You're still going to look at yourself and you're still going to lack the confidence because you're not doing the inner work to heal yourself. What they say, as above, so below. What is it, so within, so without? I might be saying that wrong, I don't know. But if you're not good internally, your external is going to show that. And a lot of times, like when you are not doing good mentally or physically, it literally shows, like, well, mentally, like your mental literally shows in your physical body. Like someone who's having mental issues, you can see that in their physical body, like it causes sickness in you and like it causes you to lose weight, like unhealthy, of course we want to be a little size 2T, but like it causes you to lose weight in an unhealthy way. It causes you to have an unhealthy mindset. So a lot of the inner transformations will lead to your outer glow up, hands down. And sometimes we do go backwards. We start to like doll ourselves up for the outer glow to achieve the inner glow. Sometimes it do work, but I think it works for a short period of time. Like if you don't dive deep into what is actually triggering, like the lack of confidence or, triggering how you feel about yourself, even though you went and got your nails, your hair, spa treatment and all this stuff, when that wears off, like I'm not saying that, like you're going to be ugly and it's going to wear off, but I'm saying like when it's time to get your hair done again, you're not going to be confident in yourself. Like you should be able to be confident no matter what you look like when you look in the mirror. Okay. You should be able to be confident no matter what clothes you're wearing. You should be able to be confident no matter what. Like in being able to like stand firm and like this is who the fuck I am and I'm beautiful inside and out. Because it's one thing to say, "Oh, I'm beautiful." Your appearance is beautiful, but your spirit is ugly. There's nothing worse than having a beautiful appearance, but then you talk to someone who's so pretty and just like, "Oh, she's gorgeous," and she has an ugly spirit, ugly attitude, stank, funky ass attitude. Girl, please. That can take you from a 10 to a 5. Now, we still gonna give you them points for the looks, but that brings you from a 10 to a 5. It just automatically does. But the key takeaway from the Oracle Corner this week is going to be learning to love every part of you. That's your inner beauty, your outer beauty. You have to learn to love every single part of you. The insecurities, the things you love the most, the things you hate the most. Figure out why you hate them. You know what I'm saying? Learn to love every part of you. That is the takeaway from the Oracle Corner this week. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our next segment, which is going to be Read the Room. All right, so we're going to be talking about mental, emotional, and physical glow ups, not just appearance, which we kind of just spoke about. Mentally, I think I had my mental glow up, I would say about 2023. I think I was having a mental glow up starting in 2020. I'm not going to hold y'all. Like, I was going through a lot back then, but I also was having a mental glow up because that's when I started to shift. Y'all won't believe what year I turned 25 that year, and that was the year they say that your frontal lobe finished developing or whatever the fuck it is, like that, whatever. And I'm just like, that's when I finally, like a light bulb just clicked on. So I started having like my mental glow up at that time, and I got into like that's when I started studying astrology, and I started getting like I wasn't really into spiritual things. I was more like on the astrology side of things, and then I started getting into the spiritual side, and that's when also I was just going through a whole bunch. I started to like look at myself different. I started to like look at relationships in my life a little bit different. And I think that that's when I started to have my mental glow up was around 2020, but it took until now, it's 2026 for me to like fully be like I'm here. So it takes a little bit of time, sometimes maybe longer or shorter, depending on who you are and how much confidence you already had in yourself. But mentally, it took me a while because I had to go back to the root of the problem. Like there's things that insecurities and things and problems that I deal with that stems from my childhood, like in the way that I speak to myself, the way that I talk to myself. I was just actually talking to my sister the other day when I was at my mom's house, and we were talking about our childhood girl, and it was just like it was bittersweet. I almost bawled crying, like I don't even think she knew that, but I almost started crying because it's like we are adults now, like we're not kids anymore, and we can't always blame what happened to us in our childhood, right? And this is a little bit off, not on subject of the episode, but it kind of goes hand in hand. But I wanted to speak about how like things that my mother went through with her mom, she didn't push on to her children. And because I was telling my sister, I was like, there's generational curses that I'm breaking that mom did with us that I'm not doing with my daughter. I'm just not doing it. It's just not going to work like that in my household. And it's no shade to my mom or anything like that because, like I said, my mom is stuff that she dealt with that she made sure did not touch us, you know? And I can't really speak on certain stuff because it's not my story to tell as far as like some stuff that my mom like talked to us about and stuff like that as far as her childhood, like with like it's not like nothing crazy crazy, but it's just like certain stuff that she remembered from her childhood and the way things were handled and stuff like that, like so she was different with her children, but I'm being different with my child. And this goes to like say like a lot of stuff stemmed from our childhood. And I remember, okay, I had to tell that story to tell like why me and my sister was talking about this particular conversation. And I remember telling her like, um, I had body dysmorphia, and oh, stomach still growling, girl. I have body dysmorphia. Had I know the size I am now, but it stems from my whole life, my mom, my dad, everybody around me always told me I was big. Like, I was not big. Everybody else was just fucking little. Like, and I told my sister this. I said, Shalay, like, you, shout out to you because I just said your name. Um, I told my sister, I'm like, I was never big. You were small. And to this day, like, my sister is like my sister is like, I don't even know how tall she is, but my sister is short. Like, she's not the average like height, but her father was short. My mom is average height. Like, but at the time when I was like, I guess I had a growth spurt before everybody else, but my brother and my sister were just short. My dad is like average height. Like, everybody was short, okay? And they put it off as if I was big. So I always was told, like, yeah, she's just big. She's big. No, I was not big. They were just smaller than me. And y'all made me feel like a fucking giant. So my whole life, I'm running through life thinking I'm just this fat Oompa Loompa running around big. And I go back and look at pictures like, girl, who the fuck was big? You were not big. They were little. So I had to like go back in my mental and heal those parts of myself of like, you're not big. It stems from something way deeper than you just thinking you're big. It stems from the programming that you received as a child. So sometimes you got to go back a couple years, decades to figure out where is this coming from? You know, like let's say, you know, you got a certain type of style, right? And your mom's like, no, that shit is ugly. That outfit is ugly. But then you fast forward 20 years and people are wearing that same thing that you said was cute when you were 5 or 6, 7 years old. You know, like, and now it's like, I'm scared to, or you know, like, let's say that happened to you, and now you're scared to dress how you want to dress because every time you put on something that was custom to your style and how you are, you got told that it was ugly. I hope I'm making sense, y'all. But like, you have to go back to the root of the cause. Like, what is causing your mind to think that way? Why do you believe these things about yourself? Why do you believe that you are this way? Like, go back to the root cause. Like, you got to dig those roots up and get rid of them if you have to, you know? And when it comes to like an emotional glow up, I guess the saying, what they say, get out your feelings. Like, that's huge in my life right now. I'm like, girl, get out your feelings. Don't take everything personal. Don't take everything personal. Everything is not personal. Like, you know the saying, like, your world doesn't revolve around me or my world. You think the world revolves around you. And it's like, well, it does. Because this is my world. Like, this is my world. Now, I'm not saying that everything has to be about me, but it kind of does. Like, this is my life. You have your world and I have my world, and somehow, and let's just say like they intertwine with each other. You know, when it comes to like not being too emotional and having an emotional glow up, it's just like not taking everything personal. Don't take everything as like an attack on you or anything like that, because sometimes it's bigger than what you think it is. Like, some people are just in their own worlds and they don't think about the consequences of what can happen to another person because they're only thinking about themselves at that time. And sometimes you do got to be a little bit selfish. And sometimes, like, maybe they had to put themselves first this time. That's another thing that comes with like becoming 30 is like you don't take everything personal. Like, when you're in your early 20s and you know you have like certain friend groups or anything like that, like the girls tend to take things personal or more personal than you would when you become an adult. Because when you become an adult and your homegirl tell you, hey, I can't make it to this, and it's like, oh, okay, um, I'll see you next time. Or, you know, if it becomes a repeated thing, girl, that's not your friend. I think it comes naturally though. It's not something that you gotta like overthink. uh, Excuse me. It's not something that you have to overthink, but it is something that you have to consider when you are becoming an adult or when you are trying to become like the best version of yourself. And although I did say that it's not strictly about appearance, now we're gonna get into the physical glow up because this is the part of the glow up that I'm on now is the physical aspect. Hold on, let me adjust myself. I'm trying to be comfy. Now I am on the physical aspect of a glow up where I am basically like starting to do my makeup again, you know, a little bit more, not just for filming. Um, dressing better. Like, I have this series on TikTok. It's called Learning How to Put That Shit On because I literally don't know how to dress. Like I don't have a sense of fashion. So I have this series called Learning How to Put That Shit On. I'm only on episode 2 right now. But we will be getting into the I can't even talk. We will be getting into more episodes. So make sure y'all follow me over there if y'all want to follow along on that journey or whatever. Um and the last and final physical aspect is just like getting in the gym to like get the body that I desire. Because there's no reason I should put on an outfit and be like, well, I don't like the way my stomach looks in this. I don't like the way my XYZ looks in this. My back, I can't wear this because of my back. No. So that's the thing I'm working on now is like getting in the gym. So when it comes to physical, I think physical is a little bit easier. No, because going to the gym is hard. And I just thought about that. Every day, eating right. I'm hungry now. Like, uh, but every day eating right and just like, working out is a challenge. It is something that you have to like you got to have your mental right before it. Like if you try to go and just start a whole gym routine without having your mental right, like it's not going to go hand in hand because mentally you will give up mentally before you give up physically, or you can also give up physically before you give up mentally, but a lot of times it goes into the thought process, like, oh, the procrastination of it all. And it's like, I don't feel like doing this, and then you talk yourself out of it. You're overthinking. You talk yourself out of it. And at a certain point, it's like you either want it or you don't. And we talked about that last episode, but like it's serious. It literally gets that serious. You either want it or you don't. And there's no in between. Like there's no in between. Rather, you want that body that you want or you don't. And I don't shame the girls for going to lay on the table. Like if you want to lay on the table to get the body you desire, you do that. Cause I've definitely considered it. I've definitely considered getting lipo 360. Um you got to get the coin first, but I've definitely considered getting lipo 360. I don't want a BBL. Like I don't want the fat. Like once you take that fat out, keep it, throw it away. I don't care what you do with it though, but don't put it back in me. But I think like even when I go to the gym and get like down to the size that I want, I'm still gonna have a little hang. But one thing that I will say as far as like going through a major surgery like that, like if I'm gonna go the lipo 360 route, I am gonna be done having children. Hands down. Like right now, I know I don't want any more children, but once I make that decision to operate on my body, there's no going back. I'm not about to waste my time going through all that surgery, pain, and healing just to turn around and have a baby. Like, that's absolutely insane. And when I see the girls do that, I'm like, I'm going on a tangent. When I see the girls go get BBLs and all that stuff and then end up pregnant right after, I'm like, girl, did you just waste your time and your money? You gotta be a dummy. Because there's no way. There's no way you just did all that to your body just to push that shit back out with a baby. Like, there is no way possible. Also, like, my daughter is 8. She's about to be 8 in July. Like, who is the fuck is starting over? She's with her dad right now. And I get a peace of mind. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. But physical appearance is like the most challenging, especially in today's time, because you have so many things that you can do. You can get operations done. You can get freaking, what is it? You can get BBLs, lipo, breast lifts, face, nose jobs. Like you can get so much done to enhance your beauty. You can wear makeup. You can wear wigs. I mean, you could do the whole nine and like obtain the beauty that you want to obtain. And that's why I say it's the hardest because you got all these girls who glamorize the shit, but in reality, the shit don't look good off camera. I'm gonna be the one to say it. It don't look good off camera. A lot of that stuff do not look good off camera, and that's why I do my research on a lot of stuff, especially with the whole like lipo thing. But the lipo girls that be getting the lipo in their tummy and they back and don't get the BBL, it be looking like they got a BBL in person. Um, y'all, I did my makeup the other day, and I went out the house. And it looked so good on camera. And when I went out the house, I was like, oh, I'm sitting in the car picking Cammy up from school. I'm like, I told my sister, I said, girl, is my neck not matching my face? She said, no. I said, well, you wasn't going to say nothing? Child, you cannot, like, when it comes to the beauty standards, be careful what y'all look at on TV and camera versus what is actually going to show up in real life. Because we can like turn it to the side a little bit, poke it out a little bit more, turn the face up, put the lights on, we can change it up on camera. But in real life, when you see them with the real eye, it's completely different. Okay, so when it comes to a physical glow up, you got to be careful to what you idolize and what you look up to on what you want your ideal physical appearance to look like. And that's why I say like the mental health comes before anything else, because if you are strong mentally, you won't let that get to you. When I was weak mentally, this was like right after I had my daughter. So we think about 2018, 2019 ish, before I told y'all the mental glow up happened. My freaking my are we still on gossip? Girl, we been yapping, honey. Um my freaking what was I about to say? My mindset wasn't there. If I had the money, I would have got a BBL back then. No research done. I would have got a BBL. And I'm not afraid to admit that. I was so insecure and weak mentally that I would have went through with that shit back then. But now that I have the mindset that I have and I have the research and also just watching the girls, the evolution of the BBLs, honey, it's a fuck no for me. All right, but let's go ahead and get into our next segment because that was very long and winded, honey. Um, let's go ahead and get into vibe check, honey. Vibe check 212. So today's game we're going to be playing for vibe check is going to be what would my homegirl do. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to ask y'all some questions or scenarios. Y'all play along in the comments. Let me know what would your homegirl do. Title the comment vibe check, and whatever question you decide to answer, you can answer one or you can answer all three. So the first question today for what will my homegirl do is, let's say you have a friend and she copied everything from you after you said that you was gonna do it. So let's say you said you was about to go get your hair done, you was about to go get your nails a certain way, and then you turn around, your friend went and did it, try to hurry up and do it before you. What in the world would you do? I need to know in the comments. I feel like I probably would confront her. Like, girl, you heard me say that I was about to go get my hair like that. Or you heard me say I was going to get my nails like that. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong. Y'all know how the girls be on socials. They be like, oh, well, I got red hair now. Everybody getting red hair. Like, girl, it's not that serious. But if you have a home girl that you know, you told, I'm going to get my hair like this. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And they try to, the next time you see them, they got exactly what you said you was going to get. I feel like I would have to slowly cut that hoe off. I fear I would. Because at the end of the day, like, what are you doing? Especially if you see it multiple times and you know that they did that. Like, what are you doing? Hello? Twin? Like, hello? I feel like I would have to cut that hoe off. Let me know what y'all think about that, because I feel like there's a thin line between, you and your friend having the same type of style and things like that versus them going to copy off you verbatim. Like, girl, hello? All right, so the next question is going to be, what would you do if you started to feel confident in what you look like without makeup and wigs and hair, and you start to get into your natural, and then people are coming up to you telling you you look washed out, you look tired, or you just look weird, or whatever the case? What would you do? I feel like I would be pissed, because it's like, girl, I think it'll bring out the attitude in me, and it low key do, because when I don't wear makeup, especially for the people who've never seen me without makeup, I feel like they do the most. Like, girl, I didn't know that was you. It's like, girl, I mean, I know I look a little different, but it ain't that much of a difference, you know? Girl, please. I feel like, I don't know, I got this little snappy attitude, and I think that's what me building boundaries, okay? All right, so the next question is, what would you do if the people what would you do if you had a major glow up and the people that once ignored you start to like try to come around and try to be around and try to be in your vibe, be in your energy? Girl, I'm heavy on to get that from around here, because like, no. Because no. Because fuck no. Like, y'all are not about to sit up here and watch me have this glow up and then y'all didn't want to kick it. But now y'all want to be my friend. I have girls like this in my life right now, I fear. It's some girls that wouldn't give me the time of the day, the conversation 5 years ago, that are liking and commenting, talking about they want to do this, and it. Like, I know the girls who've been there since day one, and they want you bitches. And it's just as simple as that. Like, I'm going to 100%. call that shit off. Like, you can't kick it with me. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Hello? Girl, please. Girl, please. Let me know what you think down in the comments because I personally, I can't. I can't and I won't. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our final segment, girl code. I'm going to leave you with 3 glow up habits that I'm actually doing that's changing my life at this current moment. These may or may not change depending on where I'm at in my life. There's not going to stay forever. So one thing that I am changing that I'm doing as far as the glow up that's changing my life is going to be my skincare routine. I'm definitely focusing on a lot of my skin. I am 30 now. I'm hydrating my skin. I'm making sure I'm using the right products for my skin and just making sure I look good overall. Just making sure my body looks good. And just like, just looking good, feeling good. I want to be able to not wear makeup and it look like I have on foundation. Like skin is just clear as hell, okay? So skincare routine is definitely something that I've always had a skincare regimen or whatever, but it's never been this detailed as it is today. The next thing is going to be having boundaries and being confident, like we just spoke about in vibe check. Like I'm confident in myself, but I also know when to check a hoe when they playing with me. Cause get out of my face with that bullshit. Like, cause you could tell when a girl is hating and trying to be funny when they say certain things about you, like saying that you look different or, just comment on your looks all the time or just saying little things like you used to do this, you do this. Like, no. You gotta set firm boundaries, especially when you start becoming confident. You gotta be able to still stand firm in your confidence, but also let a hoe know not to play with you. Okay, because the bitches will try to be funny, especially when they see that you starting to feel a little bit better than then you feel better than what you used to. They'll play in your face for sure. The next girl code that y'all can take away from this video is going to be start looking at things from a spiritual standpoint versus a physical before you look at it from a spiritual standpoint. Let me say that again. Looking at things from a spiritual standpoint before it hits the physical. And this all goes back to the whole mindset shift before you get to the physical. Because if you're not good mental, it's going to reflect in the physical world. If you're not good spiritual, it's going to reflect in the physical. What is it? In so within, so without. You have to be good on the spiritual aspect of your life as well, not just in the physical. Like things start in the spiritual and it takes some time to get to the physical. That's why, like, if you are like a dreamer or anything like that, you notice you start dreaming about shit way before it happened because it's manifesting spiritually before it hits the physical world. So just make sure you keep yourself cleansed and keep yourself checked. Okay? Because people will see you doing good and glowing up and they'll send them attacks, baby. Alrighty, ladies, but that is what we have for this episode of the Girl Talk Oracle podcast. I hope y'all did enjoy this episode. Make sure y'all, play along a comment and let me know what's going on in the comments. I hope y'all did enjoy this one, and I will catch y'all back for another one.